You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 13th of August, 2026. It is 53 days after the summer solstice. It is 40 days before the autumnal equinox. In today's episode, flies, the boss, Annie Oakley, Bill Bernbach, and World Left-Handers Day. Today's forecast: increasing clouds with a small chance of precipitation. High near 89 degrees Fahrenheit, 31.7 Celsius. West wind 3 to 8 miles per hour. The sun rises today at 6:04 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:01 p.m. The sun sets today at 7:56 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:26 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:02 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 20 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 1% full at midday. The moon rises today at 6:59 a.m., and then it sets again at 8:31 p.m. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the morning, low tide, 5:10 a.m., minus 3 centimeters. Near midday, high tide, 11:38 a.m., 1 meter 68. In the evening, low tide, 5:23 p.m., 9 centimeters. At night, high tide, 11:50 p.m., 1 meter 77. In our shared realm of plants and animals, we're certain you've noticed. Suddenly, flies seem to be everywhere, in the park, in the yard, and despite our best efforts, in the house or in the bar, screens notwithstanding. And it's true, house flies, cluster flies, and fruit flies are reaching their peak annual population. They begin breeding with the first warm weather, and their numbers grow exponentially. And in the hottest, most humid days we've just experienced, their reproductive cycle actually speeds up. Also, August is the month of rot. Rotting fruits and vegetables rapidly decomposing in the heat, in gardens, bins, all around us. That buzzing fly you can't shoo from the kitchen is the ambassador of August. Commemorations. On this day in 1975, Bruce Springsteen and his E Street Band began a 5-night engagement at the Bottom Line in Greenwich Village. The Bottom Line was a showcase club that allowed record companies to present new acts to the media in a small 400-seat house. It was just 12 days before the release of Springsteen's third album, Born to Run. The third performance of the set was simulcast on the local rock station WNEW-FM. Springsteen said it was the gig that finally put us on the map as big-time contenders. 1 month later, he was on the covers of both Time and Newsweek. Today we remember Annie Oakley, born this day in 1860 in Ohio. She was one of the most talented sharpshooters of her generation. She and her husband, Frank E. Butler, joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1885, and they toured Europe. She could shoot a cigar out of her husband's hand and split a playing card edge on at 30 paces. While on tour, she befriended the Indian chief, Sitting Bull, who had also joined the troupe. He gave her the Indian name Little Sure Shot. She was so skilled she earned more than anyone in the troupe, except Buffalo Bill himself. In 1894, Edison made a kinetoscope moving picture of Oakley and her husband at his Black Maria movie studio in West Orange, New Jersey. Remember Annie Oakley today. Today we also remember Bill Bernbach, born this day in 1911 in the Bronx. In 1949, he formed the ad agency Doyle Dane Bernbach. DDB was a key player in the creative revolution in New York of the late 1950s and 60s in advertising. Bernbach brought a distinctly New York style to his ad campaigns with an irreverent, distinctly New York Jewish sensibility. He also put art directors and copywriters into two-person teams, an innovation that became standard in the industry. DDB created the campaign "You Don't Have to Be Jewish to Love Levy's" for Levy's Rye Bread. It featured people of all ethnic backgrounds smiling and holding up sandwiches made on Jewish rye. But DDB's most famous achievement was putting Volkswagen on the map here in the States. Art director George Lois once wrote, "We sold the Nazi car in a Jewish town by junking all the rules of car advertising. It could only have happened at Bill Bernbach's agency." Remember Bill Bernbach, an original madman, today. Finally, today is International Left-Handers Day. It was founded in 1976 by Dean Campbell, founder of the Left-Handers Club. Today, let us celebrate the 10% of us who are left-handed and remember the challenges left-handers face in a world so organized around right-handedness. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 13th of August, 2026.